Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Everyone unmute plus say the prayers. Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswati Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayam Udirayat
Tato Jayamudiraya
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Yabhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Yam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktiri Bhavati Nayastike
Bhavati Nayastike
Ishvara Parama Krishna
Ishvara Paramakrishna
Sachidananda Vigraha
Satchidananda Vigraha
Anadiradir Govinda.
Radha Govinda.
Hare Krishna, somebody is playing background class. Sarva Karana Karanam
Karana Karanam
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandana
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Jaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Are you able to see my Bhagavad Gita screen? 626.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Excellent. Who is some class going on background? Somebody.
Instance is not there, then yeah, there is some truth behind it. But there is no other instance.
Who is that class?
Life. So why to carry on? Because he is his success.
Hare Krishna. Who is having that class?
What he
Prabhu, do you know,
his
like,
practice is what he preaching. He's preaching. It's not something preaching.
Only 3 devotees are unmuted and they are having the sound coming with one of these 3 devotees.
it's not me, Prabhu.
I know. Okay, they are not you, not Simeshwar Prabhu. Huh?
Simeshwar Prabhu.
Others are flourishing everywhere. And so I'm just not.
Simeshwar Prabhu, are you playing background?
I have no hearing all this thing. And I'm in touch with you.
Hare Krishna. We can all hear if you put that class, no? I don't have to give class.
My prayer is that I hope you can pray only I can do is I can pray to God. Of course,
Hare Krishna.
Who am I to pray for him? Of course, at the same time, Madhavendra Puri was in the sick bed, then the issue
Simeshwar Prabhu, are you on the call?
praying and taking care of Madhavendra.
The what I want to call him on your
Only I
phone.
can do is that I'm not on that level. I'm not comparing with me there and there with them also. But only I can do is I can pray to the Lord, whatever.
Oh, I could able to mute him, Prabhu. I muted him. Oh, I muted him. Okay. Okay, devotees. Let us. Are you able to hear me, devotees?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. Okay, I muted Simeshwar Prabhu. Now it's not coming that class.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Good. Yeah,
okay. So the 6th. That's Simeshwar Prabhu, no doubt about that. Anyway, 6th chapter, 26th shloka. So let us recite shloka. Then we'll go to the translation by Divine Grace Prabhupada. Okay? Yato nischalati.
Yato nischalati.
Folks, unmute everyone and recite the shloka. So it's not a passion. Join the call and put on the mute. We are reading Bhagavad Gita. When you're interested, please have 100% interest. Recite shloka, participate in discussion. Okay. Manas chanchalam hastiram
Manas chanchalam ashtaram
tatastato niyamayatad
tatastato niyam yayat
atmani eva vasamnayet.
atmini eva vasamnayat
Yataha yataha, wherever.
yata wherever
Nischalati becomes very agitated.
becomes very
nischalati becomes verily agitated.
Manaha, the mind.
Manaha, the mind.
Chanchalam, flickering.
Chanchalam, flickering.
Astiram, unsteady.
Ashtiram, unsteady.
Tatha tataha, from there.
Tatha tatha, from there.
Niyama, regulating.
Niyama, regulating.
Etat, this.
Etat, this.
Atmani, in the self.
Atmani, in the self.
Eva, certainly.
Eva, certainly.
Visham, control.
Visham, control.
Nayet, must bring under.
Nayat, must bring under.
Yato yato nischalati.
Yato nischalati.
Manas chanchalam astiram.
Manas chanchalam ashtiram.
Tatastato niyamat sannimayatay.
Tatastato niyamyayat.
Atmani eva vasamnayet.
Atmini eva vasamnayat.
Yato yato nischalati.
Yato nischalati.
Manas chanchalam astiram.
Manas chanchalam ashtiram.
Tatastato niyamayatad.
Tatastato niyamyayat.
Atmani eva vasamanyet.
Atmani eva vasamnayat.
Okay. Anybody would like to recite this shloka? Please go ahead.
Yato nischalanti
Yato
Yato
nischalati.
nischalati.
manas chanchalam astaram
Manas chanchalam
Chanchalam
astiram.
ashtiram.
tata tato niyatam tad
Tatastato niyamyatad.
Niyamyayat.
atmani eva vasam nayat.
Atmani
Atmani eva
eva
vasamnayat.
Anyone else?
I can try, Prabhuji.
Yato
Yato
nischalati.
nischalati.
Chanchalastiram
Manas
Manas
chanchalam
chanchalam
astiram.
ashtiram.
tatastato nimatetad
Tatastato
Tato
niyamyatad.
niyamyayat.
atmanaiva vasam nayat.
Atmani eva vasamnayet.
Vasamnayat.
Go ahead.
Yato nischalati.
Yato nischalati.
Manas chanchalam ashtiram.
Manas chanchalam astiram.
Tatastato niyamyetad.
Tatastato niyamyatad.
Atmani eva vasamnayat.
Atmani eva vasamnayet. Anyone?
Yato nischalati.
Yato
nischalati.
Manas chanchalam astiram.
Manas
Manas
chanchalam
chanchalam
astiram.
ashtiram.
Tatastado niyamayatad.
Tatastato
Tatastato
niyamyatad.
niyamyetad.
Atmani eva vasamnayat.
Atmani eva
Atmani eva
vasamnayet.
vasamnayat.
Go ahead, Prabhu.
Yato nischalati.
Yato
Yato
nischalati.
nischalati.
Manasanchalam astiram.
Manasyanchalam
Manasanchalam
Chalam
astiram
astiram.
astiram.
Tatastato niyamyetat.
tatastato
Tatastato
niyamyatat
niyamyetat.
Atmani eva vasam nayat.
Atmani
Atmani
eva
eva
vasam
vasamnayat.
Vasamnaya.
Okay. Anybody would like to recite, please? This is the last chance. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the translation. Translation by Divine Grace Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Repeat after me. From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature,
From wherever the
From
mind
From
wherever the
whenever the
wanders
mind
due
wandering
to
due to
due
the
to its
flickering and
declaring
unsteady
unsteady
nature,
nature,
one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self.
one
one
must
must
one must
certainly
withdraw
withdraw
it
withdraw
it
it
and bring it
and
back
bring it
under the
back under the
control of the
control of
self.
the self.
Hare Krishna devotees. So this is the experience we every day we all will feel, right? Morning to
Yes.
evening, starting morning to evening, our mind goes in different directions, different ways, flickering, like when the light bulb is about to die, it flickers, like that. Our mind flickers all the time and unsteady in nature. One we try to accept, immediately we try to reject. Accept, reject, accept, reject. This goes on in everybody's mind. Does anybody here, Paramahamsa doesn't happen that nature on this call? Any Paramahamsas here? Okay. One must certainly withdraw it. Mother, who is stopping? Is it Mataji? I'm just asking honest question because there certainly Mahatmas are there, right? We don't want to ignore them. We don't want to feel them bad. Hey, my Mahatma मेरे को पूछ रहे नहीं बोल के एक बार पूछो तो अपना काम हो जाएगा. So one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. Even I think if I go outside in the devotees ourselves, when chanting, our mind goes how many directions it goes? It goes infinite directions. If you put in the inner graph in her mind, draw a graph from mind from where it goes to where. It origins New Jersey, it goes to India, it goes to other different countries, different places, different sun. And if you look at the graph of that one after your chanting, you see zigzag graph. Am I correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So that is the nature of the mind. Anyway, we don't have to be ashamed of declaring my mind is flickering because in Kali Yuga, we are all flickering. Mind, body, senses, all are flickering with unsteady nature. There's a fact we need to accept. When the fact is accepted, we can work it on. When you reject the fact, internally it's happening, then there's no solution. Yes, we have a problem is there. But how to solve the problem has been beautifully defined by Krishna in this chapter. Okay. So let me study the purport. Okay, I like to have one volunteer who can read the purport here. Any volunteers here, please? Oh,
The
this
nature
is a
of
Bhagavad
the
nature
mind
of
Gita.
is
No, we
flickering.
should be a
okay.
competition. I want to read. Who wants to read?
Jay Prakash Prabhu, go ahead.
Yes, Prabhuji, go ahead, Prabhu.
Haribol, thank you. The nature of the mind is flickering and unsteady, but a self-realized yogi has to control the mind. The mind should not control him. One who controls the mind and therefore the senses as well is called Goswami or Swami. And one who is controlled by the mind is called Godas or the servant of the senses. A Goswami knows the standard of sense happiness. In a transcendental sense happiness, the senses are engaged in the service of Hare Krishna, Rishikesha,
Rishikesha.
or the supreme owner of the senses, Krishna. Serving the Krishna with a purified sense is called Krishna consciousness. That is the way of bringing the senses under the full control. What is more That is the highest perfection of yoga practice.
So beautiful. Thank you, Prabhu, for reading. So beautifully, Prabhupada putting in a nutshell, a concise message is giving to all of us. The nature of the mind is flickering and unsteady. Okay, whether you accept or reject, acceptance is that our mind is flickering and unsteady. It's not at all stable. Why? Because of the nature of this Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga has come with 4 inherent characteristics. What are the 4 inherent characteristics in Kali Yuga? Anyone on the call? What are the 4 inherent by default nature of Kali Yuga?
One is propensity to cheat.
Cheating propensity, absolutely. First one, cheating propensity. We all have cheating propensity. Okay, second one?
Finding fault in others.
No, imperfect senses. Imperfect senses. Our senses are not at all imperfect, but we act like we are perfect. That's the problem. Our senses are imperfect, totally imperfect. And third one, illusion. We constantly live on the illusion. Oh, I will do this, I will do that. I have a son, I have a daughter. They do this, they that. They give me this. We keep on speculating things, and one fine day we get discouraged and we lose all the hope. That's the speculation, that illusion. What's the fourth one? What's the fourth one? Imperfect senses, cheating propensity, illusion, and committing mistakes. We all commit mistakes, regardless of what is our nature, committing mistakes. Because in corporate America, all smart software engineers are together. None of the projects goes on time, right? We have all experience working folks. All the smart minds put together, everything becomes a failure. The failure is a nature of the Kali Yuga. However best we work, failure comes. We don't plan for the failures, right? When you do something, you look for the failure? No, but failure comes because that is the nature of Kali Yuga. It's called Dvanda. Dvanda means dual nature of Kali Yuga. Okay, when there is a happiness, distress is followed. When there's a night, day comes. When you're rich, poverty comes. So all these things are mirror actions of each activity present in Kali Yuga. It's called Dvanda, dual nature of this Kali Yuga. Okay, and one who controls, okay, here Prabhupada says, but a self-realized yogi has to control the mind. Look at that. Prabhupada is not saying that self-realized yogi has controlled the mind. Prabhupada is also saying that even a person who is self-realized yogi has to also control the mind. Look at the beauty of this sentence. Prabhupada, a genius. Prabhupada put so nicely, but a self-realized yogi has to control the mind. Means that a person who comes to the science of self-realization platform has to control the mind, regardless the mind flickering. What does it mean? How you control that mind? Yeah, regardless of its flickering nature. Prabhupada says, the mind should not control him. See, most of the time we are controlled by mind. We put alarm 4 o'clock, let me get up at 4 o'clock, let me chant. Then alarm rings, there's a snoozer. You put a snoozer. Yeah, 15 minutes ho jayenge. Chalo, 15 minutes. So you have a desire to chant, but you are listening to your mind. You're listening to your mind. 15 minutes, one more snooze comes. Our 15 minutes, 7 baj jayega. Then you are, oh my gosh, I thought of working at 4 o'clock. I don't know what happened to me. It means what is happening there? You are listening to your mind. You are completely overtaken by the mind. That's why for us, people like you and me, that is called, Prabhupada says, devotional service. Every Sunday, Subhal Prabhu gets up at 2:30, right, Subhal Prabhu? Morning?
Yes, Prabhu.
He has no choice because that is a forceful action. We all need that. Otherwise, we can sleep until 7 o'clock. So he comes every Sunday. So what's happening there? We're training our mind. We're training our body to be not to control by the mind. Okay, mind should not control us. That is called Vaidhi Bhakti. Rupa Goswami beautifully explains. Vaidhi Bhakti means what? Following rules and regulations. Once what you call controls the body and mind. Our senses have to be controlled. How that is controlled? By Vaidhi Bhakti, following rules and regulations. You have to do 16 rounds, means you have to do 16 rounds, regardless of what. You have to come to Mangalarti on Sunday morning, means you have to come. You cannot escape. You cannot get up at 2:30. You can call somebody, nobody will come. You have to come. In that case, what you're trying to overcome your bodily comforts and coming. You're training your body. That's called Vaidhi Bhakti. And what is other bhakti called? Ragatmika bhakti. When you practice these rules and regulations for a quiet period of long time, then your second nature becomes serving the Supreme Lord without any what you call reservations. That's called raga. Raga means attachment. Ragatmika bhakti. Like best example, our great Bhakti Vinod Thakur, considered seventh Goswami of our Vaishnava culture. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he was a magistrate in the British government. He has 11 children. He has 11 children. Out of 11 children, our Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami was, I don't know number. He's a Guru Maharaj of Prabhupada. And Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he used to come from, he used to work only 4 hours. He's so genius. All his court cases he used to clear up. He comes home and he used to, in the midnight, he used to do kirtan. In the midnight, he says, he used to go and cook prasad. Why? No, Radha Krishna is feeling hungry. How does he get? Because he is the bhava level. He always focus on Lord Sri Krishna. He knows what is happening with Krishna. That's called Ragatmika Bhakti. They have no rules and regulations. Why? Because they are beyond these rules of regulations. Rules and regulations are required for you and me, where we are not properly engaged, properly control our mind. Why? Because of our association with the material nature. Okay. Any questions until now? Okay. So one who controls the mind and therefore the senses as well is called Goswami. We have so many Goswamis. Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, such a greatest Vaishnava from Delhi. And Jananda Goswami Maharaj, Subal Prabhu's spiritual master, Sachimata spiritual master, Gopal Krishna Goswami. They are Goswamis. They have overcome their sense gratifications and they understand what the sense is and they know how to control the senses. They are called Goswamis. Okay, and one is controlled by the mind. Look at that. Manaha, mind. Mind is the central hub location for all networks. When you don't have a network, power network connection, you go to the hub. From that, you get nice connection. Our mind is the connection for all the desires. And when you hear to our mind, it's called Godasa. Goswami and Godas. But if you go to Assam, everybody is a Goswami. Their last name is Goswami, Kuppu Goswami. And I used to have one in Wireless, Kuppu Goswami. When I heard Goswami here, then I asked him, are you Goswami? Yes, so you control your senses. He's asking, what does it mean? So don't mistaken by the names, last names. We have Trivedis, Chaturvedis. Chaturvedi means what? He is supposed to be perfect in 4 Vedas. They have no meaning of Vedas if you go and ask Chaturvedis. Okay, so don't mistaken by the last name. So a Goswami knows the standard of sense happiness. All our spiritual masters who are Goswamis, they know the standard of sense happiness. You see, it's just sense happiness is nothing for them. They don't even care for the sense happiness. In transcendental sense happiness, look at that. There is a sense happiness you derive from your senses, a sense happiness derived from the transcendental happiness. These two are totally different. The happiness derived from the senses is short-lived. The English word is ephemeral. Ephemeral means short-lived. In transcendental sense happiness is eternal. Ephemeral, eternal. Eternal means beyond our sense imagination, beyond our happiness. The senses are engaged in the service of Rishikesha. Rishikesha means Lord Sri Krishna. Rishika means senses. The supreme owner of the senses, Lord Sri Krishna, service. So When you engage your senses for the service of Lord Sri Krishna, Rishikeshena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uchyate. I just selected the shloka for today. Let me know if you're able to see the shloka. All of you able to see it? Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
This was a very beautiful shloka. Repeat after me. Sarvopadi vinurmuktam
Sarvopadi vinirmuktam
tatparatvena nirmalam
Paratvena nimal.
Rishikeshena Rishikesha Sevanam
Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam
Bhakti Uchyate.
Bhakti Uchyate.
Okay, repeat. Bhakti or transcendental or devotional service
Bhakti or devotional service
means engaging all our senses
means engaging all our senses
in the service of the Lord,
in the service of the Lord,
the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
the Master of all the senses.
the Master of all the senses.
When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme,
When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme,
there are two side effects.
there are two side effects.
One is free from all material designations,
One is freed from all material designations,
and one's senses are purified
and one's senses are purified
simply by being employed in the service of the Lord.
simply by being employed in the service of
Look
the
at
Lord.
that. When you engage your senses, but even Swarupa Goswami explains what is the meaning of devotion. There's no word like devotion. It's called devotional service. Okay? Devotional service means engaging your senses for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the meaning of definition. We recently had a huge Jagannath Yatra. Like 1 month, we have been all in ecstatic situation. Ample prasadam. Jagannath has been glorified left and right. So beautiful on our Jagannath Yatra in our temple. I was offering prasadam. So much bhoga for Jagannath Aishwarya Dham. Oh, so much. See, we are in the ecstatic mood of offering to Jagannath so many. What are we doing there? We are working for Jagannath, for the Supreme. He is Jagannath, he is the Lord of whole Jagat. We are working for him, offering him, we are glorifying him. There's a beauty. Where do you get that other enjoyment like when you do these things outside the world? Everywhere cheating propensity, everywhere, you do something for me, I do something for you. It's a mutual. But when you come to the Supreme Lord, there's no question of expectation. Everybody working hard, everybody doing as whatever in their capacity they are doing. That is what we are selflessly serving the Supreme Lord to give pleasure to the Supreme Lord. Means we are engaging our senses for the Supreme Lord service. At that point, we are not thinking, who are you, I am, what's your background. No, we are all serving together, Lord Jagannath, so many days. It was so, and prasadam was so much prasadam. It's like, what is this? People in other parts of the world feeling for hunger, but we have so much Jagannath prasad. Where is in the world you get this opportunity to serve the deities? That is what devotional service means. Master of all the senses. When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, the two side effects. See, when you take any medicine, right? All medicines have side effects. Am I correct, Matajis and Prabhujis? Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, side effects are there. Oh, those are, they deteriorate. One is cured, other one starts because of side effects. But in the case of devotional service of Supreme Lord, what's one side effect? One is free from all material designations. What are the material designations? I am a mother, I am a woman, I am a man, I am a husband. All these material designations are removed. I am the servant of the servant of the servant. That is our designation. Okay, we are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Jivere Swarupai Krishna Nityada. That is our designation. My father, husband, wife, this, that, all bodily relations we have created ourselves. Okay, and Prabhupada writes one of the books. This is compared with the onion. When you have onion, of course we don't eat onion. If you take onion has different layers, right? On the topmost layer, I am a woman, I am a man. Second layer, I am a mother, I am a father. Third layer, I am an uncle. Fourth layer, I am a son. Fifth layer, I am a husband of so and so. Seventh layer, I am an employee. And you keep on peeling those layers. You come to the core layer, you cannot peel anymore. That layer is called who you are. That is what your identity. I am the servant of the servant of the servant. Dasa dasanu dasaha. That is the designation we are looking for, not all these material designations. When you serve the Supreme Lord selflessly, you understand who you are. I am not this body, I am the soul. And what that soul characteristics, what that soul has to do, that has to do serve the Supreme. But what that's the one side effect. One is freed from all material designations. And one's senses are purified simply by being employed in the service of the Lord. When we are pulling Jagannath cart, okay, what's happening? We are pulling Jagannath from Dwaraka to Vrindavan. And once senses are purified, simply we are bringing in our heart Jagannath by employing the service of the Lord. How beautiful. Now we all go to the Ratha Yatras, we kirtan, jumping, dancing, so many activities. Why do we do all those things? And that is employing our senses for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the meaning of engaging the senses here. Okay. Next, Prabhupada beautiful writes here. So that's the meaning here. In transcendental sense happiness, the senses are engaged in the service of Rishikesha. Krishna is the master of all the senses. Okay, he is the. I always compare mathematics. You know, you're especially people from India know very well mathematics. Superset, subset. We read the set theory very well, right? Superset. Krishna is a superset. He is all the senses. We are a small, tiny subsets. When the superset is totally satisfied, subsets are automatically satisfied. Am I correct? Set theory? Mathematicians here. Hare Krishna, I would like to have a interaction so that I feel.
I'm not a
have a
mathematician, Prabhuji.
ठीक है वो कोई mathematician सब इधर
Lekin, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with
Right.
what you're saying.
Exactly. When the superset is satisfied, subsets are automatically. Yes, Prabhuji.
I just have a question, Prabhuji.
Yes.
The fact that we have imperfect senses and we are our man is so astera. So we are engaging our senses in the pleasure of the Lord, which is how we are going to be able to control our senses. The question is, now we are engaging, and like you just said, the Lord is satisfied. How do we get to know that the Lord is satisfied and that yes, the Lord is pleased out of our imperfect senses?
Absolutely. Very, very good question, Prabhuji. Very wonderful question. Let me give chance to the devotees who are on the call. Let them feel their experiences, how they feel happy. Anyone, please feel free to answer this question. I have an answer, but I want to listen from other devotees as well. Very beautiful question, Prabhuji. Just
So what was the question again, Puneet
Question
Prabhu?
is,
How do we know?
How do we know
that Krishna is happy? Is that what he asked?
Yeah, I mean, yes, like we're talking about imperfect senses. So we are engaging our senses in the service of the Lord. How do we know that the Lord is pleased? Because us having the imperfect senses, we might be just
right. Yeah. Right. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
I was trying to understand the question, but yes, I can say that when I personally go for devotion, like some service, and especially in the temple, and I'm spending my time and energy serving Krishna, I just feel transcendental bliss. It's, like all aches and pains and everything just goes away. I'm not aware of my senses at that time. Like I've gone for Shen a couple of times, and all I'm trying to do is please Krishna, I'm I am trying to see if he's comfortable when I'm putting him in bed, it's all. And then once that is all done, you feel you feel that yes, Krishna is happy with you, because if you know that you are being sincerely doing it, focusing there, trying your best to the best of your capability, just like Prabhuji mentioned, you do feel that bliss. So this is what I personally have experienced. And when I'm not using all my senses in Krishna's service, just like Prabhuji was talking about a nap, if I keep snoozing, yes, I feel horrible about it. I feel terrible about it. And I feel like, if I do something wrong, like Krishna is not happy with me right now. Maybe it's my state of mind, I don't know. But yes, definitely when I am there at the temple serving, I'm sure, Praneet Prabhu, when you are there every Saturday morning, doing all that, you probably feel this, but you are not accepting it. I don't know. Prabhuji,
No,
I don't know. I tried my best to answer.
No,
I
no,
don't
that's
know if I'm
fine.
right or
I,
wrong.
I do feel it. It's just that, sometimes you're deviating yourself from the material activities where it's so much stress and, so much competition and pressure versus you're engaging yourself into something sublime, right? And which is going to give you a little relief from your stress. So my only point is I'm trying to get a more clear picture. Like, are we getting into yoga or just the fact that we're deviating ourselves from, material activities, which is full of anxiety and stress, into something more sublime and,
Right.
more stuff to the Lord.
Okay, let us give it to any other devotee. Yeah.
Can I share, Prabhuji?
Who is this,
Uh,
Mataji?
this is Mona.
Go ahead, Mataji.
I think one of the ways I feel that God is happy with me when I innerly feel to do more devotional service. If I feel like whenever I do something, if I offer bhoga or something, and I innerly feel that no, in the evening I should do some kheer, I should do something like this. I mean, sometimes if it's like, if it's very hot or something, I feel like let me just put a small fan near deities. So I feel by giving me this opportunity to engage more and more in his devotion or in his services, I think I feel sometimes that, yes, I mean, he is happy with me and he wants me to serve him more, But sometimes I just feel very disconnected and all. At that time, I feel that, yes, this time I'm not doing my services properly or he's not happy with me, So innerly, that motivation when it comes, just like chanting, right? When you chant more and more, what is a good chanting? When you feel like you're getting taste and you want to chant more, right? So
Absolutely.
in the same way, when I feel that I want to do more service, I feel connected and I feel that, yes, Radha Krishna is happy with me, and that's what
So
my
nice.
realization
So
is.
nice. Thank you. Thank you, both Mataji. And anybody else in the call would like to share their experiences.
So, Prabhuji, I would like to share my experience here.
Bimal Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Go ahead.
So, Prabhuji, here, so now as Puneet Prabhuji is attending Bhagavad Gita, right? So we are using our senses here, right? So we are having Lord's mercy here, right? Morning we are attending Bhagavatam. We are able to do Mangala Aarti in the house. We are able to do Prabhupada Aarti in the house, Tulsi Aarti in the house, right? And all then nursing Aarti in the house, and the evening we are able to do the Aarti in the house and attend the Bhagavad Gita. So God is helping us. He is helping us. He is giving full plenty of mercy here. And based on this, we are able to sing the Aarti, we are able to do the puja, we are able to offer the bhog. So more what we want. So God is definitely having a mercy here, and we're using our senses here in all these activities. So I feel that is what God has blessed. Basically, He's blessing us in here.
So beautiful. So beautiful. Anybody else in the call would like to share? Yeah. So these are all good answers, and all of them are right. And Puneet Prabhu, Bhagavan, he is situated in our heart as a Paramatma in our heart. Right? When you suddenly go to a temple or when you suddenly go to a place, you feel immediately so blissful and so peaceful. Why, when we go to temple, you feel that feeling? Because we feel the presence of the Lord. And when you do these Lord activities, right, your super soul in your heart reciprocates and gives information, knowledge, intelligence. And every person has their own way of realization. Even if you do a small amount of service to devotional service, Krishna gives intelligence and knowledge how you feel about it. Okay, it's not a rocket science to, for example, you go to a drinking party, for example, beer drinking, wine drinking party. What kind of feeling you get there? when you do devotional service. You yourself estimate that one, right? Because the Paramatma sitting in your heart gives intelligence and knowledge to understand the situation. Okay, and there is no that's why Prabhupada instituted devotional service, engaging your senses. When the senses are properly engaged, mind becomes calm. The mind becomes calm, that until it acts proper way, then become very, you can look at that. Yato yato nischalati. Sorry. Yato yato nischalati. It always achanchalam, going. But when you do these activities, you become calm and quiet, pleasant. Sorry, folks. So that is what, okay? Is that clear, Puneet Prabhu, for you, or
Yes, probably. Yes.
yeah.
I think.
No, I know you are such a devotee.
Yeah,
Just asking how, yeah.
Yeah, everybody answered it so nicely. And the fact that, when we do service to the Lord and our senses don't get tired, like Sachit Mataji also mentioned, we feel more calm and, peace.
Yeah.
The fact we want to do more is a,
Yes.
is a sign of reciprocation and sign of.
Absolutely. You want to. No, Sachimataji put such a wonderful way. We have so many problems with God, this take, that take. But when you come out of your all bounds, I will to serve the Supreme Lord, Krishna takes care of Prabhu. Believe me, Mataji is telling the experience. Believe me, Krishna takes care of us. Krishna is there. The only thing is, you need to have a desire. Only desire. See, having a desire to serve the Lord itself is as equivalent as serving the Lord. The desire has to come in our mind. See, for example, when you from home, when you think I'm going to go to the temple, your prior credits are given already because you got a desire to go to temple. And in the similar way, you get a desire, I want to construct a temple. When you get in your mind that the idea itself, Krishna gives credits. How beautiful Krishna consciousness. Krishna is not like a other business person, okay, let him do it, let me see his results, based on that I'll give. No, Krishna says, as long as Icha, the moment you get desire to serve Krishna, he gives credits. How easy. In the world, tell me, if in your work, if your boss, you say, I will do this project, will you give the paycheck? No. Karke batao, then only give. But Krishna is not like that. The moment you have a desire to serve Krishna, that itself is the indication, that itself is a purificative process Krishna gives. Credits for that. Is that okay, everyone?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely. Okay, let's conclude with the what other service Prabhupada is saying there. Okay, so Rishikesha, then the supreme owner of the Hare Krishna, serving Krishna with purified senses is called Krishna consciousness. Again, don't worry about I am a pure, impure. Just have a desire, Krishna, I want to serve you. I am so impure, that's okay. But slowly, as you do service, purificative process begins. Yesterday, I was telling in the class same thing. The moment you take up Krishna consciousness, Krishna puts a big vacuum cleaner in your heart. The moment you start serving, chanting, he starts cleaning up your heart. There's a big vacuum cleaner that Krishna puts in your heart. The moment the Krishna, it starts cleaning our heart begins. Cleaning our senses starts. Cleaning our mind starts. As to not take Krishna consciousness, Krishna activities. There's no doubt about Atra Samshaya. There's no doubt about that. Why? Because this coming from the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna himself. We have a problem. We believe our neighbors, we believe our friends, but we never believe Krishna. But turn other way around. Okay? Serving Krishna, believe in Krishna and not to believe other people, that's okay, because Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He is our eternal Father. He is our Shreyo Bilashi. He always wishing good for. Whether you are a devotee, non-devotee, Krishna gives everything. Do you think non-devotees are suffering? No. Krishna gives everything. He has an equal vision for everyone. But he has a good vision and some favorism for his pure devotees. That is why, see, this is what proper. This is the way of bringing the senses under the control. You don't have to separately work to bring your senses under control. When you are in Krishna consciousness, you're already working. You don't have to put a separate endeavor to bring your senses under control. That is the highest perfection of yoga practice. What is the, it's not that I want to become, I want to give up my wife, give up my kids, and I want to go to Himalayas, start meditating. Impossible. That will never happen. You go to Himalaya, you'll fall down. But if you stay with your wife and kids and practice bhakti, you become the super yogi. That's what Prabhupada's mission, that's what Lord Sri Krishna is explaining. He did not tell Arjuna, oh, give up your wife, give up your kids, go to forest and meditate. No, he said, stand up, fight the war, win the war, enjoy the country, and make every parent Krishna consciousness. That is a success, right? Our mission here is not to give up. We don't reject anything. Na iti, na iti. We accept everything for the sake of Krishna. That's why Rupa Goswami says, Nirbandha Krishna Sambandha Yukta Vairagya Muchyate. Yukta Vairagya means that, what is Yukta Vairagya means? That everything for the sake of Krishna. That is our mission, folks. I want my kids to be educated best. I want them to be rich. I want them to be serving Krishna. That is our motivation. Devotee means not for poverty, oh, I don't have anything, I don't have desires. No, that is not our mission. Our mission is I want to be the highest, I want to be richest, but I am serving the God at the same time. That is our mission, folks, here. You all got the point here?
Yes, Prabhuji.
We are not, that's what, that comes again, my spiritual master's sentence comes. Bhakti is a dedication, not a renunciation. Remember that all the time. Okay, I'll stop here. I would like to hear from all of you any important points you want to bring it up. I will be happy to hear from all of you. And unmute, folks, we are not impulse, we are personalists. We want to see each other. We are not in impersonal behavior. When you're putting on the mute and not seeing people, that's impersonalism. We are not Mayavadis. Go ahead. And I would like to hear from where is Himesh Prabhu? He is maybe busy, but it's okay. We'll take care. Just I would like to, like next 2 or 3 minutes, anybody would like to, or at least summarize what we learned today, at least 1 or 2 points. What you're taking, what is the take-home message from today's class, at least that point. We'll go round table, one by one. Everybody has to answer. Unmute your mics, please speak. You're speaking about Krishna again. That is also called engaging your senses. Each person, one by one line. Go ahead, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I just wanted to share a realization.
Sure.
You're talking about the flickering mind in the beginning, right?
Yes.
So there are 2 ways in this, like it helps me. Sometimes, when I don't have the beads in my mind, in my hands, my mind is flickering. It's all over, right? And then when I pick up my beads, I become peaceful. My mind stops flickering. And on the other hand, if I'm sitting with my malas and my mind is going everywhere, so what with my experience I want to share, what has really helped me is I keep Radha Shyam Sundar's lotus feet in my head. And every time it wanders, I just bring it to that focus point, only that focus point, nothing else. And that tremendously helps me to focus with my chanting. Agar kisi bhi, like if I'm thinking about the day's activities or I'm stressed about something, during chanting, if my mind wanders there, I just try to bring it to Krishna's lotus feet, and all of a sudden it stays there, and then it's so peaceful and the chanting becomes like so focused. So I just wanted to share that. Because it has really helped me, like if I keep on thinking about different deities everywhere, different temples, it doesn't help, or the different pastimes also. It is just the lotus feet, and that too of Radha Shyam Sundar.
That's very good.
Shyam Sundar, actually Radha Rani's feet you barely, get to see like 2 times, but Shyam Sundar's feet. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that. So basically that is, we are controlling our senses only, and we are bringing them to Krishna's service. I'll give others a chance to speak.
Sure, Mataji. It's nice realization. Yeah, whatever works for anyone to bring their senses back. That's good. Okay, anybody else on the call would like to share their experiences? What I do, Mataji, as we keep on practicing Krishna consciousness, right? the background of our mind, Mahamantra goes on forever. That's called subconscious mind. So 24/7, we have to be, as you get more and more and more involved in these activities and chanting, automatically your subconscious mind is engaged in chanting. Why they call, okay, if you don't finish your chanting in this lifetime, you go to the next lifetime, you can start from there, because our subconscious mind is very powerful, Mataji. Unknowingly, subconscious mind catches so many points. For example, if I tell these same points tomorrow, you may be acting as if you are not listening, but tomorrow if I read, no, Prabhuji, we discussed this point yesterday. So why is that coming from that knowledge? Your subconscious mind is very powerful, that captures a lot of information. The same way when you're chanting, this subconscious mind continuously working in the background, and even when you leave this body, the subconscious mind, like subtle body, goes and that chanting continues from the different bodies as well. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of devotional service to Krishna. Only Vishnu Bhakti. Only Vishnu Bhakti, none other. Either you take Jagannath, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Krishna, Tirupati Balaji, or Ranganatha Swami, Sri Rangam, all Vishnu Tattvas. You take any Bhakti, that's the one which gives us permanent satisfaction and permanent liberation. Nothing else will give you. No other except Vishnu Tattva. Okay, if anybody else like to share their experience, again, there's a discussion forum where I like to hear from all other experiences as well. Maybe one more person, then we'll close. Feel free, it's nothing to be like, we're all in the Vaidhi Bhakti level, we are all learning.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, go ahead.
A wonderful explanation of everything and wonderful realizations by all the devotees. I mean, it really helps to really understand how to improve our devotional service. I have a question, Prabhuji. So, as you mentioned that Bhakti Vinod Thakur, right? He was a grahastha, he was advocate, he was into all these things. I mean, as all of us, right? And but still he reached to that stage of Bhava Bhakti, and he could feel that, okay, Krishna is hungry, so at midnight also he used to prepare. Now, I mean, how do we connect with that, in the sense, like, at what stage do we realize that, okay, this is Bhava Bhakti, or it is okay to, there are no rules and regulations, now we can go on? Is it any prescribed feeling that you get, or because then you're violating many of the
so beautiful, so nice question, Mataji. One thing first, we never imitate anyone, we just follow them. The first question, okay? Bhakti Vinod Thakur, they are called Nitya Siddhas, means they are eternally liberated souls of Lord Sri Krishna. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, wherever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes, Bhakti Vinod Thakur travels with him. They are eternal servants of the Lord. This shows the example for how to follow Grihastha life. Some people think, oh, if I'm a brahmachari, I could have done more services. If because of this family things, I am not able to do service, which is totally absurd. That is not correct at all. You can say, maybe sometimes husbands are not cooperative, sometimes wives are not cooperative, sometimes children are not cooperative, but you try to see what you can do yourself and try to behave in such a way that, hey, my wife or husband, there's no devotee, they're behaving so nicely, so that they don't disturb you. And they try to, hey, they're becoming the good people, I want to follow them. So we have to behave in such a way that where devotees accept us. The same way, when you want to get the mercy of Krishna, it's not that you anchor for Krishna's mercy. Krishna wants you do your sadhana, your service in such a way that Krishna wanted to give a mercy from him by himself. Krishna wants, who is this devotee doing selfless service? I want to see her. Now, what happens in most of the temples, the good devotees, very mind, they stand behind back somewhere, so like that. And Some people come in the front. Okay, what I'm saying, it doesn't matter where you stand. Krishna, when he's pleased with the bhakti, Krishna wanted to bestow his mercy on you. Krishna wanted to see you. So we have to do a devotional service or chanting in such a way that Krishna impresses and he wants to see us. When Krishna sees us, we get everything like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And how that comes, it's just mercy of Krishna. It's not our own individual effort. Yashoda Maya is trying to bind Krishna so long with the rope, but Krishna did not give mercy to Yashoda Maya. After seeing a constant struggle, what happens in Damodar Leela, and Krishna doesn't give chance to Mother Yashoda. But when Mother Yashoda sweats, a drop of sweat falls on the body of Krishna, and Krishna becomes so, oh my gosh, my mother is working so hard, iska pasina nikal raha, and he sees the pasina falling in his body, he immediately gives mercy to her, she ties him. We have to work in such a way, in such hard way, such dedicated way to Krishna, and Krishna gives mercy. When Krishna gives mercy, what else we need? You go to Prema Bhakti level as well. It's all purely our sadhana, our service, Mataji. Yeah, and you will come to know, Krishna gives the intelligence to realize where you are also. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's just like, at our stage, at our level, we feel we'll make offenses by
yes, absolutely.
thinking that
absolutely.
we can violate.
Right.
But
yeah. But don't expect anything. Just keep doing what you are doing. Don't become abnormal. That is you're a Grohasta. For example, women, you have a husband, wife, take care them first nicely, first duty. Chant properly, whatever Krishna give time, and that's the right to do. But don't go beyond your capacity or beyond the family needs. Don't do that. Everybody will get a chance to go back to God. And Krishna gives you the bhakti path. Slowly, slow and steady wins the race. Don't that follow. Otherwise, some people become so abnormal. They give up everything. They don't. No, don't do that. Be normal. Practice Krishna consciousness. Time will come for you.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else? Okay. In that case, Simisu looks like busy. Let us conclude our session. Thank you all for joining the class and giving opportunity to serve all of you. And let us unmute and pray to the senior Vaishnavas. Huh? All of unmute, please, one time. And let us pray our obeisances to Vaishnavas. Pancha kalpa tarubhyascha krupa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Govardhan Bhakta, Prabhu. Wonderful class. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare.
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.